everybody, how are you today? My name is Orya Deisraeli. I'm a voice teacher and a vocal coach, and I do online voice lessons for singles and group, and I also have a coaching program to develop your artistic identity and your branding as a singer. Today I would like to interview Elana Michelson, who is doing faster EFT and
NLP and somatic spinning and dailing and swishing and all sorts of other magic tricks.
Oh, and today we want to talk about how to magnet money into our lives.
How to manifest money into our lives, yes.
How to manifest money into our lives, okay. And especially in this coronavirus time, when people are, people find themselves in a very, almost impossible situations to make money. So we want to kind of think out of the box, right?
Right.
And start doing some inner work to, influence our outer world, right?
Right.
In a sense. So the microphone is yours, please.
Okay, so I'm going to start with a little story. When the corona thing started, for whatever reason, I was brainwashed into believing that during the corona, people were not going to take sessions because they had no money, because they weren't working, and because they were afraid. And in general, people in fear don't spend money. They're afraid that they're not going to have enough money, that they're going to lose the money, that they're going to lose their jobs, and so they don't spend money. And lo and behold, I had this fear, and for 2 months I had no clients. Now, I decided that this story was not going to fit me because I needed to have clients, I needed to live as well. And so I decided to change my story. And I have a story from beforehand, from when I first got divorced 12 years ago, where I only had one English lesson a week, which was $20, which means $80 a month for me to support me and my 6 children. And every night I would write inside a gratitude notebook, thank you for having 16 English lessons where all of them are spread around from word of mouth from one mother to another. And now, aside from doing that every single night, every time I'd get a bill and I would go into a panic attack because how am I going to pay this bill when I'm earning $80 a month and supporting my 6 children, I would tap away any fears that I had about not being able to pay the bill. Now, 6 months after starting this process, nothing changed. I still only had one English lesson a week for a month, but I no longer had the fear of the bills. I could see a bill and I would say, thank you, I know I'm going to get the money, I have no worries. And thank you for giving me the money to be able to pay them what they deserve to get paid. Someone else will pay me what I deserve. Within a year and a half, I had 16 English lessons.
Wow.
Now, they were all by word of mouth from one mother to another, because I put up signs outside with names and my number, but I didn't get a single answer from any of those signs, not a single English lesson from there. All the English lessons were by word of mouth from one mother to another mother, right? So it was exactly the way I had written down inside my book. So when this came up 2 months ago, 3 months ago, at the beginning of the corona, I realized I had the tools in my hand of how to manifest my clients. So I started writing every single night in my gratitude notebook. I'm so grateful that I have 10 fully paying clients a week, and that my old clients all come back and they love me so much they spread my name to everybody in the world, all their friends and all their family, and I always have an abundance of clients. All right. Now, again, I have the belief that this works already. Since I started doing it a month and a half ago, 4 of my old clients have already returned to me. Ones that I hadn't seen in 2 years, 3 years.
Amazing. Amazing story. Wow. That's completely, out of the blue. Right. Wow.
All right. Now, my point is that the only reason why I didn't have those clients during the first 2 months of the corona was my belief. Nothing else. Whatever you believe Your unconscious mind says, your wish is my command. No clients during Corona? That's what you get. No clients during Corona, no problem. Oh wait, you do want clients during Corona? You want your old clients to come back? Okay, let's bring your old clients back, no problem.
Amazing. Yeah. I also want to mention, and to assist singers who ask themselves, this time all the all the shows and all the theaters and movies, cinemas and many public places are closed, completely closed for any kind of crowd interaction. So what I started to do, and I really want to challenge and let you know that it is possible to start do a live Facebook or a live YouTube show, and to ask for donations. You can dictate how much you want, in PayPal or in any landing page you make before, and you can set a few amounts of dollars, from $5 to $10 to $50 each, and each one of the crowd that your own audience who come to listen to you can decide how much do they want to give you. And it really works for me and for my friends who do the same. I have a few friends, two of my friends who started to do so during the coronavirus. They told me they made twice in the live shows on Facebook. Then they were making in front of living audiences. So it's possible,
Can I preface this with something?
Of course.
Okay, so first of all, realize that because people are home and they're not in the movie theaters, they're not in the nightclubs, they're not in the concerts, they're not in the live shows, they're at home to be able to watch you on the computer.
And they are thirsty to have the connection. They can write comments and you can read the comments while you're performing and interact really on real time, in live. So it really makes them feel like, wow, you are there for me. I can feel you and you can feel the audience. It's amazing.
They are also thirsty for entertainment. They've been stuck in their house for how many months now? They are thirsty for entertainment just to let them escape from the reality of their lives.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, the second thing I'd like to preface is that if you have any pre-beliefs that this isn't going to work, any pre-beliefs that you can't do it, do what I did. Change those beliefs. You don't need to keep those beliefs anymore that don't serve you. Right? I take a look at what you see in your life. If you like what you're seeing, great. Don't change anything. But if you don't like what you're seeing, think about what beliefs brought you to this place and then change those beliefs. Now, I'll give you a really easy way to change these beliefs. All right? If you close your eyes and imagine a control board in front of you, and on this control board, find a dial. That name of the dial is this belief. 0 means the belief that you have right now, where 10...
Okay, so let's take the example of, doing a live Facebook or YouTube show, and I'm afraid or I don't believe anyone will give me nothing. Okay?
Okay.
So let's take this belief for instance, and let's
So 0 means I'm going to do a live Facebook or YouTube and no one's going to pay me anything. And 10 means I'm going to do a live Facebook or YouTube and people are going to pay me lots of money.
On the dial, right?
Right? So 10, that's 0 is one side of the dial, 10 is the other side of the dial. Notice where you are on this dial, because not all of you will be 0. Some of you might be at a 2, some of you might be at a 4. Just notice where you are in terms of your belief. Okay? Now, as you close your eyes and reach out and touch the dial, with your other hand, point to where you feel it inside of you.
Wow, this is amazing, because it could be all over the place, right?
Right? Anywhere in your body. Or it could be all over your body, too, and that's also fine. Okay? Now, as you're turning the dial, the only thing I want you to focus on are the shifts and changes that are occurring inside of you. If you feel the energy moving someplace, if you feel memories come up, if you feel anything inside your body, if the feeling that
yawning or
tearing,
yeah,
or shivering, or twitching, or sweating, or even if you're doing nothing, notice that too. Okay, that's the only thing you have to focus on. Now, with your hand that's turning the dial, turn it back and forth, until you can't turn it back anymore. It's stuck at the 10. Okay, let's go ahead and do that now, everybody.
My dials are on 7, so I should keep on going till I reach the 10.
Yep.
Okay.
Unless 7 is good enough for you. I'd rather have the 10.
Yeah, sure, you're right.
Now remember, this technique can take 1 minute, it can take 10 minutes, it could take half an hour. But think about it like this. When people go to a psychologist or a psychiatrist, they're willing to pay thousands of dollars and go for years. Here, you're taking half an hour. Because many people come to me and say, I don't understand. Why isn't it working? I'm like, you've been working at it for a minute.
Wow. Okay, after we finish this, I want to share a story.
Okay.
How amazingly it worked for me. Okay, mine is stuck, kind of stuck on 8, and I couldn't bring it anymore further.
All right, so let's stop over here at 8. I'm not here to give you a full session right now, and that we can do later, not online over here.
All right.
But share your story.
Okay, so I really want to talk about my own work with Elana. I know Elana, I think, for 6 or so years.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been working in the first 2 years like a lot. And the story, like I know Elana's techniques, and I used to work on them with myself, and also in a session with Elana. And like about 3 weeks ago, I had something going on with my neighbors, and it wasn't the most fun thing. And
Understatement.
Understatement, yeah. And I called Elana and told her, let's do something about it. And she said, okay, get in, close your eyes, get in, see the da 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 da. And we done all the work, and I told her, You know what? I think something has really changed because I saw myself going. Like I had a dream just beforehand, and I saw myself in a dream going through a very large, like portal or a door or some kind of really big something was happening. And just the day after, there was a phone call from the other neighbor to the other neighbors, and and everything just stopped. All the other things that were going on stopped on a like on a blink. And it was fascinating how just a day later everything just turned out to
all
be,
the problems just disappeared.
yeah, all the problems just almost, yeah, but yeah, it really amazed me how it worked. Just magic, yeah.
And I will give you one more little anecdote about the writing with the gratitude notebook. I'm not going to tell you the whole story because it's a little bit private, but I had written something in my gratitude notebook, and I realized, looking back at it now, that what I had written happened to the T. My only problem is I didn't finish my request for the manifestation. So the manifestation that I really wanted never came to be about. I had only manifested what I had written. I had assumed the rest would come about.
Amazing. So do you want to share how many times a day or when or how much do you write in your notebook? Like, do you have any rule?
I write once a day. Some people prefer in the morning, some people prefer in the evening. I don't think it really makes that much difference which one you do it. What I do realize is that the dials are actually affirmations, just like your gratitude notebook is an affirmation as well. When I write in my gratitude notebook, I'm so grateful that this and this happened, even though it didn't yet happen, but I'm writing it as if it already happened. Because whenever you do an affirmation, you always do it in the present tense, as if it's already there, and with gratitude and all the feelings that you have, as if it's already there. So when I write in the gratitude notebook, it's an affirmation. When I do the dial, I'm setting my intention of where I want to get to. As I turn the dial, I'm actually in connection with my unconscious mind because I automatically put myself into hypnosis, as does everybody else who sees the dial and turns it. So if you ever had a fear that you couldn't go into hypnosis, release that fear. The moment you see the dial and you turn it, you're in hypnosis. I didn't put you there, you put yourself into hypnosis. When you are in hypnosis, you are closest to your unconscious mind, and your conscious mind sort of checks out, goes out for pizza, for ice cream, or goes to sleep. Doesn't make a difference which one.
Okay.
All right? So every time you do your dial, you're really creating an affirmation. You're releasing whatever's holding you back, and you're reaffirming that affirmation of what you actually want. So I would say do your dial as many times as you need it. Every time you begin to feel the fear of the lack of whatever you want, do the dial again. The actual writing, I think that would be too much to ask of people to do it 3 times a day. I think once a day is really quite sufficient. And at the end, I'm not sure why, but I know that in Rhonda Byrne's book, The Magic, she says saying thank you 3 times is the magic number. So I write at the end of my affirmation, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, the one other thing that I do, and I think that this is really important, is add in the cosmic insurance policy, which is,
Whoa, there one?
I accept that or anything better.
Better. All right.
All right? Because
Amazing.
otherwise, the universe will say, oh, I was going to give it to you much easier than that, much better than that, but if that's what you want, go ahead, that's what you'll get.
Wow.
So I always know that someone up there knows better than I do, and I say that or anything better. Now, I'm going to overload you for a moment, and that's okay. It might take you a few times of listening or a few times of hearing it in different ways in order to actually get the full picture, and that's fine. It took me 9 years of working at this to get to where I am right now, and each time I listened to it, I learned something different and something better. I also add, in an easy and relaxed manner, in a healthy and positive way, for the highest good of all. And the reason why I do that is because a few years ago, I was working on money. And then one of my children got sick, very sick, for a whole year. And I started getting money from Social Security, $1,000 a month. And I looked up at God and I said, is that really what you thought I meant? So at this point now, that child is totally healthy. Don't worry about it. Alive and kicking and thriving. But whenever I manifest something, I always say in an easy and relaxed manner, because I want it to be with ease, I want it to be relaxed, and a healthy and positive way. I want it to be healthy and positive for the highest good of all, because if it's for the highest good of all, it has to be good. And then I leave it to God. All right, now I know I threw at you a lot of information over here, and that's okay. It will sink in slowly. You might listen to this video a few times. You might hear it from different videos of mine or of other people, and that's fine. It takes time for these things to change inside your mind. But I do want to introduce you to the idea that you can manifest what you want in your life. You have control over your life. And the moment you take responsibility for yourself, everything in your life can change. And I think that Orya can attest to that based on, the work that we've done for the past 6 years.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, yes. I warmly recommend Elana. Work with Elana can give you great, amazing results, even beyond what you ever imagined. Right.
So, and I would like to attest for Orya about the voice coaching. She's given me sessions, and I still use some of the techniques that she taught me before every time that I talk live, because I feel that they help me. So
yeah, wow, amazing. Woo-hoo.
Highly recommend it. Whether you're going for singing or whether, because I don't sing, sorry, don't have the voice for that, but just for talking as well. Talking voice is improved greatly by doing these techniques as well, these exercises.
I just sent you a heart and a like. Very nice. Thank you for the recommendation. Wow, the whole screen is going
hearts all over the place.
All over, yeah.
Anyway, so I highly recommend that you look into this idea of manifesting the life that you want. You can do it live. You can earn money doing it live, and eventually, when this is over, you'll go back on stage and you'll be able to do that on stage and earn money and get the fame and get the recognition that you want. But don't stop yourself just because of the corona. Don't stop yourself just because nightclubs are closed. There are still ways of doing it, and there are ways to express yourself, and you're all wonderful and great. So do it.
Amazing. And would you want to put a link below of some sessions that you offer, or any, any discounts or anything that you want to offer your
Sure. I mean, I'll tell you right now, but I'll put the links down below as well, that my site is Elanamichelson.com. Very easy to remember. It's my name. And usually it's $150 per hour session. But if you come through this link and you tell me so, then I'll give it to you for $100 per session. And,
oh, great.
And I will tell you in advance that even though it's $100 per hour, $150 per hour, I will never leave you open on the table. If you're in a bad place, I'll make sure you get back to a good place, so that you don't spend the rest of your week till the next session in this terrible state of... You'll leave in a good place.
Okay, that's very important. Yeah, wow, amazing. Good. And I will also leave the links below. I'm going to open 1 or 2 groups for free. A vocal session for a group in which you can train with me in a group, one-on-one, while the others are listening and learning.
Cool.
And yeah, very, very cool. And we're working on singing technique and working on song.
Cool.
So,
very cool.
Yeah,
very cool.
So I'm going to open it for a very short while for free. So if you're you want to hop on this train before it's gone, so do it very quickly in the in the next days, so I really can feel the group and close it down.
Excellent. I want to add one other thing, and that's that I'm creating a new program to work with couples, because
Wow.
I think that couples who have been together for a long time and they kind of grew apart, but they know they still love each other, they know they still want to be with each other, and they just don't know how to reconnect. So I'm opening up a new program for that. Being that it's a new program and I'm still in the testing stage, if you would like to be one of my guinea pigs, my human guinea pigs, I'd be happy to do it you for free in return, just for a testimonial afterwards. So if you are, you can contact me. Once again, my website will be down below, and I'll have my email down below. And it's a great program. I think you'll really enjoy it if you do it, and I think you'll really learn how to reconnect with your partner and with yourself, because your relation with yourself is the most important thing over here. Once you feel connected to yourself, everything else will flow in and of itself.
Wow, amazing, completely amazing. I really love this idea, really. And okay, so thank you for the very generous offer, and thank you for the whole show, to share with us all those amazing techniques, and to open our minds and think out of the box. Yeah.
Thank you too, and thank all of you out there for listening to us, joining us and listening to us.
Yes, and if you have any comments, so leave them below. I want to hear from each and every one of you, how does it work for you, and each of you, each one of you listeners, please write me, how does it work for you, if it worked for you, and
and if you have any questions, we'll also love to answer them.
Right.
So just to recap for all you people over there who want to be working on working singing, and right now only have Facebook Live and YouTube Live and home shows to be doing, write inside your gratitude notebooks how you've done the shows, how you're so excited about it, and you got so many responses, and people donated to you, and you made as much money as if you were doing it live, and you got exposure to people all over the world as opposed to just in your little nightclub where it would normally be, and all the emotions that you feel about having done it. And do that every night. Some people within as short a period as 2 weeks, 3 weeks tend to get results. Sometimes it takes longer. It depends on your belief. If you have the belief that it will work, it will go faster.
Amazing. Okay, so thank you very much, and see you soon.
See you soon.